Hi, Dr. Paul Haider here. I was just out gardening and watering, and I noticed we have a lot of beans that are dried, and it's time to remove the beans and take out the beans out of the pods. And actually, our spiritual progression is basically the same way. We get growing, we grow really fast, and then we go into these dormant stages where we don't do anything for a long time. And then, uh, but we do form new ideas, new possibilities for the future, just like the bean. And from there, we take that bean and we plant it in fertile soil of tomorrow. And from there, we sprout, and great things happen. It allows us to break out of our old shell, out of the old pod, and allow us to move forward to find new and better things. Of course, once that new plant springs up, once our new spirituality, acceptance, and understanding and interests develop, then we allow ourselves to take care of what we need to do. And a lot of times that is to remove the weeds. That's one of the things I do in the garden all the time is to remove the weeds. It's constantly a process. Yeah, I wish, some of the food plants would grow as well as the weeds. Maybe someday. But it is to take those weeds out of our mind. They grow like crazy. We get thousands upon thousands of those weedy thoughts. And we just have to pluck them out and say, no, I don't need that one. No, I don't need this one. No, I don't need that one. And allow ourselves to get rid of some of those things that take up a lot of nutrients or spiritual strength that we have in order for us to move forward in our spiritual growth. And not to allow some of those things to overwhelm us. A lot of times we have something happen to us and then we collapse. Maybe we have a car wreck, and then we get into an awful mood. We become a nervous wreck. We don't trust anybody or anything, and we don't want to drive again, and on and on and on. Well, that's a little more of the weeds, the fear thoughts. So we need to pluck those out, and say, no, I'm not going there. I'm going with loving, caring thoughts. And loving, caring thoughts really are the nutrition that we put into the soil. And to fertilize, like we do the plants in the garden. And we take those, a lot of times what I do is take the weeds. And take those weeds and put them in a lot of water and let them decompose. And it brings about this wonderful uh, aerobic tea, which has lots of bacteria in it. And it's broken down all of those weeds into something that's really usable for the rest of the good plants that you want. And the same thing with here and with our spirit. We take some of those weeds and we allow it to become fertile soil for the soul. By removing them and then saying, well, we can use this because I now understand this and I don't have to let it overwhelm me. So that comes down below us and becomes more of a foundation for us because, I've grown from that lesson. And from there, we can go on to bigger and better things. And then as we do that, we start to fruit. And that fruit is to help other people. And we start to help other people in great ways. It's just like the bean pod developing on the plant. And we see that, and it gets longer and more beans inside, and wow, look at that! And so amazing, so beautiful. And as we grow and progress, we we become amazing people. There was one lady who had a hard life most of her life. She was Irish, and she was an orphan and had terrible foster parents and didn't care about her. But when she got older, she was a singer, and she also decided that she had a dream one time of Vietnam. So she went to Vietnam, and from that point on, she said, wow, there's a lot of kids here that need to be taken care of, in amazing ways. And so she decided that she was going to put together orphanages that would help these kids in Vietnam. And it was very difficult. She had no funding, no nothing. But persistence had it that she was going to do this, and she just had this aim that she was going to help these kids no matter what. And she did. And now she has over 700 centers throughout all of Thailand, throughout Vietnam, and helping all these kids in amazing ways. But she had this dream, and a dream is another gift, another fruit from the vine. And a lot of times, divine interaction comes to us and it gives us a dream, or God, the great universe, or a great spirit comes to us in dreams and says, you need to do this. And it's very interesting because many, many years ago, I had a dream that I would live in a house that had a terracotta roof and it was white on the outside. And, lo and behold, a house we have has that now. So, as we grow as spiritual beings, as we grow as human beings, we allow ourselves to take some of those things and use them, pluck them out of our head, those weeds, and use them to create a foundation for our spiritual growth. And remember our dreams. Our dreams are really important. They're going to drive us in our right direction. A lot of times we think our dreams are not important at all. I think dreams are especially important. And whenever you have a dream, analyze it. Sit down, write it down, see what it's all about. It may not make sense now, but it may make sense years down the line. So write down your dreams and have the dreams for your future. How are you going to help mankind in some way? How are you going to help your neighbor? How are you going to help your family? Those type of dreams are wonderful. So allow yourself to fertilize the soil, allow your soul to grow and fruit and help lots of different people. May you have a wonderful day. I love you.